Hello, so I'm going to be doing a demo on assignment 3.3 projections block 1. So I'm going to create this drawing right now. It's very simple, and just to note that I don't need you to dimension this box here. This is just for you while you're learning how to create isometric views. So I'm going to go ahead and take a snip of this. And I'm going to put it on my other screen. So I'll move this over here. And then I will paste this into my workspace. Okay. So I am in my AutoCAD drawing template file. Or it's a drawing right now, but I've used my template file to open up this drawing. And I'm just going to first start with creating the orthographic views. So I'm going to create these orthographic projections, and then I will create this isometric projection after. Okay, and so right now I have on polar tracking, but I'm going to turn on ortho mode just because I have nothing but straight lines here, so that's going to make it easy. And I'm going to create the front view first. So it's 4 units, 6 units, and then it goes 2 units up. And so sometimes you might not see the dimensions reflected in this view, but you should be able to find it in another view. So it's 2 units up, and then see, where does this start? It starts 3 units over. And then I'll line this up with the top one, and there we have it. I have my front view. Okay, and then I want to create some construction lines because I need my top view and my right view to be perfectly aligned with this front view. And so I can do that by creating a construction line. There's also an option in here to create a construction line, and this is a line of infinite length. We'll go ahead and use this one for today, but usually I just use a regular line and then I'll put on the construction layer. All right, so there's one. There's another one, and there's some right there. I'm going to move all of these to the construction layer so that way it's not interfering with my views of that drawing. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and create this top view. So it's pretty simple. I'm just going to choose somewhere up here. This is fine for now. I can move it after. And then it's going to go up 4 units. So that 4 units is right here. Okay, and then now I will create the right side view. So I just hovered over this point here. And it's saying midpoint, although make sure I'm grabbing the end point. I'm pretty sure it's the same, but just to be absolutely certain. And then I'm just gonna track it over 5 units. Okay, and then the overall height of this, so the overall width is 4, and then the overall height is also 4. And I can see that here. So it's not showing me what the overall depth is, but the depth is also reflected in this drawing here, this way. So I know that this is 4 units, and I know the height is 4 units because the height is the same as my front view. So it's going to be 4, 4, and I forgot to create a construction line that way. And then if I want to close this box, I can also do CL for close. And then I'm just going to put one more construction line here to show. Oops. Okay, let's try that one more time. Specify a point. Or I'll say horizontal. There we go. Okay, so notice how all these views are perfectly aligned and they're all related. So the depth of this one is also the depth of this one. The height here is the height here. The length here or the width here is the width here. Okay, and then just gonna move this up a little bit. I'll turn back on ortho mode to make sure it's perfectly straight. And then I'm just going to dimension it. I'll go ahead and modify these dimension cells as well. So I'll do dim. And if I put a dimension in one view, I actually don't need to repeat it in another view. So I have the height there, so I don't have to put the height in this one. I'll just put this. And because this one is so simple, you don't even necessarily need all three principal views, but it is good to have it for for clarity. And so let's go ahead and actually, oops, I meant to change the layer. So let me do that. All right, then I'll modify the dimension style. I don't need any decimal places. So I'm going to say none of those, and I'll just say okay for now. I'll decide if I want to change the scale once I do my viewport. I guess I could start with my viewport now. So let me going to select my viewport. I'm going to unlock it, and then I'm going to change it to 1-to-1. Just trying to grab it. I'll do scale to fit for now. Here we go. All right, and then actually I can see on my assignment I have 1-to-3. So this is 1-to-2, and then there's 1-to-4. So actually I don't have a 1-to-3, but I can go ahead and add that. So I'll go ahead and add that now. So if I go here to the drop down for my viewport scale, I can see one here that says custom. Actually, sorry, let me see this one. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do custom. And see, it goes 1 to 1, 1 to 1 to 4. There's no 1 to 3, so I'm going to add one. I'm going to say 1:3, and I'm going to have 1 paper unit to 3 drawing units. And I'll say OK. And then now I can select 1 to 3 here. And that looks better. So I'll go back to model space, and then I'm going to change my dimension, and I'm going to change the scale to 3 because now my dimensions look too small. And so I want them to look larger in my viewport, and so therefore I have to change, there we go, the scale. So right here, 3. I'll say OK, I'll close it, and then that looks much better. There we go. Okay, and so I'm going to delete these infinite length construction lines. I don't need them. That was just to show you that these are perfectly aligned and that yours should be too. But now I want to create my isometric view. So I'm going to do that by turning on IsoDraft. So now IsoDraft is on, and it helps actually to put the grid on for this case. So before IsoDraft is on, the grid looks like that. And then once I turn it on, it goes to a 30-degree angle. And then I'm going to choose 30, 60, 90, 120 in ortho mode. All right, so now I'm going to select my line or polyline tool, and I'm just going to start drawing. So I'm going to, actually, let me start at an origin, and then I'm going to track up till I see that it gets the angle that I want. I'm going to say 6, and then it goes up 4. And see now, because of my tracking, I see my tracking vector, and I could just point and click until I get the shape that I need. CL to close. So now I just created this front view. All right, and so it's 4. All right, and then this is my isometric view. And I can turn off IsoDraft, I can turn off the grid, and then that's how it looks there. And I don't need to dimension this. All right, and so just go ahead and change the information in your title block, and then go ahead and plot this to a PDF. Thank you.